老老、奶奶、累累、爷爷、哥哥。
I didn't get it. I was just in awe.
Hi everyone, my name is Derek, and welcome back to another episode of Different Yet Same. At the time of recording, it's already the holiday season, and this year I plan on going to visit my girlfriend's family. I'm a little nervous because it's a huge family, so I'm gonna learn a little bit of Chinese to address them. Now, one big difference coming from America and now in China is how you address your cousins. In America, it's just your cousin. But in China, they have ways to differentiate themselves based on age and gender, and whether it comes from the mom's side or the dad's side. It's so much that even I've done a little bit of searching, trying to study it. And look at this. There are so many different ways to tell a cousin in Chinese. Why do Chinese people have so many different ways to address their cousins? Don't you think it's complicated? I feel like just your direct family, that's good enough. Why so many extended members? Like for example, at a recent wedding, I have my close family. On the red is my mom, she's on the right. In the middle, that's my Uncle Mark, that's my mom's brother, and then his wife, Aunt Sydney. Right here is my cousin Aaron, this is him at his wedding and his new wife. And finally, this is my other cousin, Teresa. She's the sister of Aaron from before, and they're both the kids of Uncle Mark and my Aunt Sydney. Chinese relatives really do have a lot of names. They even have their own subdivisions. To be more specific, your father's sibling's daughter, who is younger than you would call them Tongmei. Whereas your mother's sibling son, who's older than you would say Biaoge. Although some young Chinese people struggle with the naming scheme, there are a lot of different tools that can help them. Let's look at a couple. To help with this really hard naming scheme, the Chinese have little children's songs to help them. The lyrics go like, what do we call our mom's mom? What do we call our dad's dad? To make it even more fun, we'll have little rides in the public or like the ones outside of grocery stores to help out even more. In addition to the children's songs, Chinese people have some mini apps to help them figure out how to address their relatives. For example, this one has multiple functions. First, it's just like a calculator. Input who they are and it will calculate their title. Secondly, kind of like in the reverse, if you only know their title, you can search for it and it will tell you how they are related to you. There are still some Chinese families that retain a clear record of their family tree, which can show off how big it really is. Now I feel like it's not only a symbol of family continuity, but provides a wealth of culture. Some families in the West will actually keep their own family tree, and it won't just show immediate family members, but ones from distant and extended families. It can actually help them find long-lost relatives. In the West, it's pretty common to visit your extended family during big holidays, times like Christmas or Thanksgiving. But for some families, that's like every single weekend. They'll usually go over to their grandparents' place with all of their extended family. They'll enjoy some board games and a nice home-cooked meal, and really just enjoy family time together. One way to address families in the West is just by using their family name. The Greens, the Smiths, the Holstees. Now for very famous people, their family name can represent their entire social identity. But for most families, it can just bring their connection closer. You know, if you go far back enough, I am part Italian. And let me tell you, the way they do family relationships in Italy and China are kind of similar. Like in China, Italy focuses on the big family and the extended family, instead of America that mostly focuses on the nuclear family. You know, familia. Chinese families can become very complicated with large amount of relatives because it's a collective society. That's why they need these very hyper-specific titles to define their family relationship. Kinship represents the Chinese desire for interpersonal relationships, especially family relationships, and is part of their cultural philosophy. A lot of life lessons and moral concepts actually come from the family relationship. Now, I personally feel like your ability to communicate with others can be helped by dealing with family relationships. So whether you're in the West or in China, family relationships should be one of the most important parts in your heart. Learn Chinese with me, cousin, 堂哥、堂姐、 堂弟、堂妹、表哥、表姐、表弟、表妹。relative 亲戚 family 家人